And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Clinton Junior High School in Clinton, Illinois for the IESA 7th grade Class 1A Championship Day. This is the semifinal round of the state tournament here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And this state tournament coverage is brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales of Augusta and on East Jackson in Macomb. You need a vehicle, they can help you out. They've got them SUVs, cars, trucks, and everything you need. Check them out at lbsellscars.com. They can hook you up with something today. Well, I don't know, maybe not today. It might be a little late today. And you may be here or you may be somewhere else. But they can hook you up next week, the week after, whichever you would want to do. The pregame show today brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Cheer our area teams on to victory. So a big weekend for the Southeastern Suns, who, of course, are here for the Class 1A state tournament for 7th grade. Congratulations to the Carthage Blue Girls, who also won yesterday. We'll talk a little bit about that before we get ready to go. You'll see Ottawa Marquette on the floor right now as they're doing their warm-ups. The Southeastern ladies are at the other end of the gym getting loose, as Evan Wagner back on camera today, and he's been zooming and practicing, so you might see all kinds of crazy stuff from the camera today. I'm not real sure what's going to happen, but he was zoomed in on the – we know that Southeastern won the coin toss, but they didn't really make an obvious gesture of whether they took the serve or not. Evan says they took the serve. Is that what you said, Evan? That's what you think, right? You know your mom and Coach Kerr, and you think they took the serve. So we'll wait and see if Evan's right. That's the first bet on the day for Evan, is that Southeastern won the toss and took the serve. So we'll see when they get ready to come out. Looking at what happened yesterday here in Clinton, as it was the quarterfinal round yesterday, of course, the Southeastern Suns picked up the win over Siegel St. Michael's, who had previously been undefeated. They came into that contest 21-0. The Suns face another undefeated opponent today. We'll talk about them in just a minute. But it was a big day for the Suns. They really dominated throughout, 25-18, 25-13 with the win. Wilcox had 9 points. Jalen Van Beck had 7. They had 5 aces for Morgan Wilcox and 2 for Van Beck. Kara Stevens had 2 service points and 2 aces. And Ryan Allred had 4 service points for the Suns. Again, they dominated in their game against the St. Michael's Sharp Shooters. Now, looking through the program, a lot of first-time attendees for 7th grade volleyball here at the state tournament. There's 3 of the 4 in this end of the quarterfinal bracket, which included obviously Southeastern and Ottawa Marquette had just 1 appearance, but the Suns making their 2nd appearance at the 7th grade state tournament. So we'll look at what Ottawa Marquette did yesterday. They defeated Philo St. Thomas. As I mentioned yesterday, there's only 2 non-religious-based schools or Catholic schools in attendance, and I can't say Catholic because Decatur Lutheran was here, but it is a private school. So the only 2 non-private schools that were here in this state tournament in 1A is these Southeastern Suns and Hartsburg-Emden, who lost a heartbreaker in the match right after Southeastern yesterday, 26-24, 25-22 to Pontiac St. Mary's. So let's get back to the Ottawa Marquette Philo St. Thomas matchup. 25-19, 25-15, pretty dominated by Marquette. Great serving by Kinley Rick. She had 9 points altogether 5 points and 4 aces. Also 9 points for Kelsey Kukra. She had 4 points and 5 aces for a total of 9 service points on the day. Hunter Hopkins had 5 service points as well. Emily Ryan Adair had 1, and Anna Jerpy had 3, which included 2 aces, as did Taylor Gammons, 3, including 2 aces. So a pretty well-rounded service attack for Marquette. They actually had 1 more ace than they had straight service points. So they had 31 total service points on the game. 16 of those were aces, according to IESA stats. Let you know how the Crusaders got to the state tournament. They defeated Flanagan in the semifinal round. Of course, they were undefeated and the top seed in their regionals, so they got a bye in the quarterfinals of regionals. In the semifinal round, they beat Flanagan 25-5, 25-8. Dominant fashion in the semifinal round. Then they turned around and beat Streeter St. Michael 25-20, 25-23 in a very close match in the regional final. Then they went on to defeat Oglesby Holy Family in the sectional final to find their way here to the state tournament, where they now are 22-0 heading into this semifinal matchup with the Southeastern Suns. Did tell you that we would take a look at what Carthage did yesterday, so congratulations to the Blue Girls of Carthage, who beat Peoria Christian 25-23 in set 1. So you really expect it maybe to be a good one in the second one, but as Evan and I talked about, something changed in set 2 because it was 25-8, and Carthage is playing again today. They play at 12:15 against Bloomington Corpus Christi. You can listen to that on Sports Yex. Keith Yex is there making the call on those games. At least I do believe he'll be there today as well. So make sure you, after you get done listening and watching us, you can go to Facebook, find Keith Yex, and his Sports Yex will be broadcasting the game at 12:15 between Bloomington Corpus Christi and Carthage. A pretty good service day for Olivia Frazier for the Blue Girls. 12 service points. No aces, but 12 service points. Carson Bliss had 4 points and 4 aces for a total of 8. Elena Clymer had 8 service points and 1 ace. So they had 42 service points in that match. A very quick one. Obviously, when you win 25-8, there's not a whole lot of side outs in that second one. So they had a lot of points. So they scored 50 points, and 42 of them were service points, which is pretty amazing. That means 8 side outs for the match. A lot of service points in that one. And they are playing at 12:15. So if anybody wants to join in over there, you can follow Keith Yex for that a little bit later after this Suns contest. A good crowd filling in. The early games always more difficult to get crowds for, so we appreciate everybody who is hopping on and watching. So we've got a 15-1 Southeastern Suns squad and a 22-0 Ottawa Marquette team. The Crusaders of Ottawa Marquette are huddled up at the far end as we're under a minute before we get ready for, I do believe we'll do the national anthem before the first contest, and then we will do non-starters for both teams, followed by starters for both teams. And the Suns only have a couple non-starters, or actually one non-starter. So, or 2. I was right the first time. They have 8 that are dressed today. A few more than that for Marquette. But we'll talk about them as we get ready to go. So this has been the pregame show brought to you on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events Live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer area teams on to victory. You heard the buzzer. That means we're just about ready to get going here in the semifinal round of the IESA 7th grade Class 1A state tournament. Semifinal number 1 is the Suns and the Crusaders, the Suns of Southeastern, the Crusaders of Ottawa Marquette. And we are going to do the national anthem first, as was anticipated. So we'll let you hear that and then talk to you or let you hear the starting lineups as well.
Please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Now we'll have the starting lineups and the non-starters.
State finals, volleyball finals. Between the visitors on the scoreboard today, Augusta Southeastern, and the home team on the scoreboard, Ottawa Marquette. Let's meet the starters for the visitors from Augusta Southeastern. Number 17, Kara Stevens. Number 18, Morgan Wilcox. Number 19, Jaylyn Van Beck. Number 23, Tegan Rigg. Number 34, Kylie Putnam. And number 42, Ryan Allred. And now, let's meet the starters from Ottawa Marquette. Number 4, Hunter Hopkins. Number 11, Emily Ryan Adair. Number 14, Anna Herbie. Number 22, Kinley Rick. Number 42, Kelsey Chera. And number 43, Glada Patelli. Good luck, ladies.
Well, he proved me wrong. He didn't do the non-starters today. He just did the starters. So we'll get ready to go here as the two teams are making some last-minute conversations. So hopefully you can catch our second game at the Watering Hole in downtown Augusta. They say good luck, Suns. Stop in for a cold drink Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 1 a.m. With happy hour from 4 to 6. They open today at 1 p.m. and they close at 1 a.m. They'll have the game on, I am sure. So make sure you stop into the Watering Hole and hang out with some friends and cheer on the Suns today as they play in a third and fourth or first and second place game a little bit later. So we're just about ready to go here as Pastor Tom Spain watching again. Sir, we appreciate you watching just as much as you appreciate us doing. I'll guarantee it. You're here every one of our Southeastern games. We do greatly appreciate it. Nicole Arthur, thanks for hopping into the live chat, and it will be the Suns serving first, just as Evan said. He called it right off the top, just exactly correctly, and we are going here as we're getting ready to, actually. They're checking rotations and making sure everything is A-OK, and Van Beck will be back to serve first for the Suns. And we are underway. Short serve. It's going to go to the nets. And judging by their stats, they'll give her an ace for that. So Van Beck gets a point and an ace, and the Suns lead 1-0. Now, I will tell you that Marquette fell behind early in set number 1 yesterday and then came roaring back. So it's a team that can really get after. It's going to be bumped across by Hopkins. Van Beck sets middle to Stevens. She hits it down hard to the right side, and a kill for Stevens, a point for Van Beck. First kill of the game for either team goes to Kara Stevens, which is absolutely zero surprise. She was the talk of the gym after yesterday's 4 games as I walked out talking to some people. Far side, the attack was by Hopkins. It goes off Allred, and it is a kill for Hopkins and a 8 point for the Crusaders, and Hopkins goes back to serve now. There's Wilcox. Riggs going to set far side to that's not even fair. Stevens gets the kill. And the Suns lead 3-1. Hillary Humes is watching, says good luck Suns from the Humes family. Thank you, Hillary, for hopping in here. Rigg back to serve. Tegan Rigg. That looked like a catch. It's going to be a free ball coming across from Hopkins. Rigg's going to set middle to Stevens. She's going to tip it this time. It's going to be dug and brought up, but nothing doing. A point for Rigg. I don't know if I'd call that that was probably a passable hit, so we won't call that a kill. And Rigg's serve goes out of bounds. It is 4, and I didn't get the other point on there. I apologize. It's 4-2. Crusaders serving. Nice dig there. I believe it's Rick serving, and then a hitting error as it goes into the net, and it's back to a 1-point game. It is Kinley Rick serving for the Crusaders. Another low serve. Van Beck is there. Stevens comes to get it. Van Beck sends a free ball across. It's going to be set. Hopkins going to set middle. The attack was by Jerpy. Now Stevens on the attack and goes to the back line. Another kill for Stevens. Give her 3. And it's 5-3. Suns with the lead and the serve, and going back to serve. Looks to be Putnam, I believe. Number 34. Kylie Putnam. An overpass. Van Beck's there. Rigg now is going to set middle to Stevens. She goes to the net. It's blocked. And it's going to go across. How on earth does that happen? Stevens, one-handed, gets that ball to fall on the right side of the net, and a big block was in the middle by number 42, Kelsey Kukra, but it goes for naught as Putnam gets the service point. There's the attack. It's deep, and Wilcox takes a swing at it. This hit was by Giada Patelli. She gets her first kill, and she'll go back to serve now for the Crusaders, who trail 6-4. Patelli's serve. Rigg, it's going to be mishit by Allred. And a point for the Crusaders. Patelli gets her first service point. That's actually the first service point for the Crusaders. And Van Beck goes diving and sends an overpass. Hopkins steps backside. That's out. It's in. Wilcox was right there. Thought it was out, but it was in. Jerpy with the attack and the kill. And I guess we've got 7-5 on the scoreboard. I guess I've lost track of the points here, folks. I apologize. It's going to be a free ball pushed across. Deep by Stevens. Doug. Jerpy hits it across. Stevens is there. Wilcox. Or excuse me, Van Beck to Wilcox, and Wilcox is going to get the kill. First kill by somebody not named Stevens, and a side out. It's 8-5. Stevens goes back to serve. Deep middle serve. It's a little trouble, but they're going to get to it. Hopkins is going to send a free ball across. Stevens back row attack off of Rick, and Stevens will get a kill for that one. And a point as well. So she's serving and gets the point. Deep serve again. Patelli. Hopkins bump set. Far side to Jerpy. Stevens protected herself and sent it too far to the net. Van Beck couldn't get there. Jerpy gets another kill, her second, and back to serve she will go. It is Anna Jerpy with her team trailing 9-6. Back row attack to Stevens, deep, and it's going to be reached up and hit by Kukra, who took it right away from Patelli. And Wilcox serving. Hopkins on the attack. Wilcox on the dig. Van Beck's going to tip it across. It's dug by Jerpy. Hopkins bump set. It's going to be hit into the net, and it might have been a back row attack too. I'm not real sure. Kinley Rick as Wilcox gets the point. And a timeout charge to Marquette. We'll take one as well and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH right after this.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
And welcome back after the timeout. 11-6 is the score. The Suns with the lead and Wilcox with the serve. Patelli bumps up Jerpy to Hopkins. She sends a free ball across and it's out of bounds. Wilcox gets her second service point. She served well yesterday as well. There's a short serve. Jerpy's there. A bump set far side. It's tipped across by Kukra. Now middle it goes to Rigg. Rigg is going to, it wasn't a kill, it was in the net, I believe, on number 19, Taylor Gammons, and Wilcox gets another service point. And I will tell you that Evan was watching warm-ups and pointed out that they were spending a lot of time in the net, and now they called over the net. And, actually a back row attack is what they called. As Jerpy came up and hit it above the net, and and that service goes out of bounds. Finally, a side out for Marquette. They trail 14-7, and going back to serve will be Kelsey Kukra for the Crusaders. Stevens on the serve receive. Goes right back to her from Van Beck. She hits it deep. Jerpy's there. Hopkins back row set to Jerpy now. It's going to be dug by Allred. Back row to Stevens again. That's going to be an overpass. That's going to go out. It will. So a kill for Stevens from the back row, her sixth kill of the match. And a side out for the Suns. Allred going to go back to serve now for Southeastern. They lead 15-7 here in set number one of semifinal number one of the IESA 7th grade Class 1A state tournament. Van Beck, Stevens bumps it across on the second ball. Jerpy's going to set middle to Hopkins. She pushes it deep. Allred is there. Rigg bumps a free ball across. Jerpy now going to set far side. It's tipped. That looked like a carry. Van Beck back to Stevens. She hits it deep. Patelli is there. Hopkins bump set. Jerpy's going to send it across. Allred now. Van Beck goes far side to Putnam. Putnam is going to get, they're going to get some help as Rick is going to send it across. Stevens on the attack now, and it's out of bounds. Patelli tried to get to it, couldn't do so, and it's a hitting error from the back row for Kara Stevens. Checking in to serve will be number 11, Emily Ryan Adair for the Crusaders. Stevens on the serve receive. Van Beck goes to get a poor pass. Rigg sends it across. Hopkins is there. Jerpy's going to back set to Hopkins. Hopkins is going to hit it deep and out of play. A hitting error for the Crusaders. And they rebounded very well in that first set yesterday in their opening match. Southeastern not allowing them to do so right now with pretty decent passing on serves. Hopkins and Jerpy's going to send it across and out of bounds. Another hitting error. And it's 17-8, and Van Beck gets her second, or make it her third service point. And she'll be serving again. 17-8 is the score. Suns up by 9 here. Hopkins on the attack into the net. A hitting error again. And make it 4 service points for Jalen Van Beck. 18-8 is the score. And a passing error results in an ace. A sub coming in is going to be number 3, Amelia Gahn, for the Crusaders as they trail by 11 now. Van Beck's next serve. Nice job coming up to get that by Ryan Adair. Van Beck's going to tip it across. Rick has it. Patelli goes across the net with it. Now it's going to come into the net. And a nice job of Van Beck digging it out. Stevens sends it across. Patelli's going to go get it. And it's going to fall. Great job of digging one out of the net by Van Beck. And then Stevens getting one across. There's been several of those hustle plays that Southeastern has taken complete advantage of. And that is the difference in this one. It's a 12-point game, but they have controlled the momentum thanks to those hustle plays. This game being brought to you by Mudd Insurance Group. Mudd Insurance Group, your insurance says your insurance shouldn't be complicated. Let them help simplify it with policy bundling. We'll find the lowest possible rates when you bundle your home and auto insurance together. Call Mudd Insurance Group, 217-842-9200, located at the four-way stop in Bowen, or go to their website, www.muddinsuranceGroup.com. That's Mudd with 2 Ds. Live life knowing you're covered. That's Mudd Insurance Group. And after the timeout, it is 20-18. Caden's squad has hopped on the live chat. We do appreciate everybody hopping in the live chat. Come get in there and support your favorite player or team. Patelli's going to hit one deep. Allred is there. Van Beck, middle to Stevens, and she's going to get another kill. Stevens, unofficially 7 kills here in set number 1. And it's 21-8. I apologize, the scoreboard doesn't always keep up. Yes, they're doing a great job at the net. Van Beck gets her 7th service point and 3rd ace. And the Suns are running away with this first set. Still have to win 2, though. Don't forget that. Ryan Adair, Patelli, and Patelli's going to get called for a double hit. Another service point for Van Beck. Checking in is going to be, I think, Carissa Blood, number 16. And an ace falls right in front. And it's 24-8, set point for the Suns, and Van Beck. Now, Gahn comes out. Van Beck deep middle, Ryan Adair. Jerpy goes to Patelli. Putnam, Van Beck, Stevens. And it's going to go, a nice job of getting to that. Patelli's going to send a free ball across. Wilcox, Van Beck, far side Rigg, off the block and a kill. Tegan Rigg gets her first kill of the set, and it's 25-8. The Suns win set number 1, and they are 1 set away from playing for a state championship. We'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
We're an 11-bed ER. I pride myself on every day that the patients get what they need and see a physician when they need it. We want them to be headed towards the road of recovery when they leave here. I feel like we have nurses that care so much. We're more than a team. It's a family, and we want what's best for the patient.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
And welcome back to Clinton, Illinois, the Clinton Junior High School. It's IESA 7th grade Class 1A semifinal action here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It's brought to you today by Ron Elby Auto Sales of Augusta and on East Jackson and Macomb. They sell SUVs, cars, trucks, and if you need something a little more fuel efficient, they can probably find that for you as well. Check them out at lbsellscars.com. They can get you hooked up. So a dominating performance, talking to some fans here during the break, and the teams looked like Marquette was really ready to go in the warm-ups, and it just didn't translate onto the floor for them, and they responded well yesterday, so maybe it just took them a little longer to get responded, and we'll see what happens. Nicole Arthur, active in the chat, thank you. They are playing like champs right now, that is for sure, Nicole. That's not a doubt. If you're a Suns fan, you should be pretty happy with the way they're playing right now. Thing about volleyball is you still got to win another one. That's the thing. It's never over. It's no time limit. You have to get to a certain number of points. So we'll see if the Crusaders can change things around. But, man, the Suns look good right now. They'll have serve first with the Crusaders here in set number 2. And it's going to be Hunter Hopkins will go back to serve. She'll be the setter, so they play a 5-2 or 6-2, excuse me. And Hunter Hopkins is going to be serving now, and she serves it into the net. And set number 2 does not start any better than set number 1 ended, as the Suns get the first point of the set on a side out, and Rigg will go back to serve. Hard serve, it goes to the net, and they said Stevens came over the net, didn't quite wait long enough for it. So it's a side out back to the Crusaders. Rick serving. Stevens is going to set this one. She's going to go out to Wilcox. Wilcox is going to get a kill. Morgan Wilcox gets her second kill of the set and a side out back. Nicholas Riker is watching. Nick's wife Annie here. Go Suns. Keep up the good work, girls. Great work. Rick on the serve receive. It's going to go across. Dug by Allred. Rigg, middle to Stevens, and she's going to, pretty sure that hit off the head of Kukra, but I'm not 100% positive. Putnam is serving for, it hit something. Rigg sets middle to Stevens. Hits it again, off the block that time. They called in the net, but we're going to call it a kill. It would have landed as a kill anyway. And it is 4-1. Suns taking off again here in set number 2. Putnam serving again. Kukra. Patelli going to send it across, and that'll fall. Good, first good hit of the match, really, for the Crusaders, and Patelli is going to get her second kill and a side out. It's 4-2, and Patelli is going back to serve now. Rigg is there. Stevens back set or bump set. Rigg's going to send it across finally. Jerpy's there. Hopkins sets Jerpy, and a big time block by Kara Stevens. First block of the contest for the Suns, and Kara Stevens went up and knocked that one down in a big way, as Greg Phelps would say, stay on your side. And it's Stevens back to serve now. Going to be a free ball pushed across. Stevens is there. Middle set to Wilcox. It's dug by Hopkins. Kukra sets to Jerpy. It goes across on a, and they're going to get it. Oh, I thought they were going to be able to get it up. Stevens sends an overpass, but nobody was there to eat. As Ned Ecker said, he'd feed the bear, but there was no bear there to feed, and Stevens is going to get the point. 6-2. Rick Hopkins going to send a free ball across. Stevens, Van Beck the set, far side to Allred. Hits it in, another net violation. And I'm pretty sure, I'm beginning to think Evan must be able to, like, see the future or something. That's like 4 set net calls. And he mentioned it. I'm telling you, folks, he was watching. It's almost like he watches a little volleyball or something. I tried to get him to put a headset on today, but he wouldn't do it. Stevens serve. Hopkins has to chase a bad pass down. She does. Kukra sends it across. Stevens. Van Beck bump set back to Stevens, and she's going to be dug by Rick. And an unsettable pass results in a 10th kill and a 4th point for Kara Stevens. 8-2 is the score. Suns dominating here this morning. And an ace. And probably going to see another timeout here shortly, I would imagine. 5th point, first ace for Stevens. 9-2 is the score. Kimberly Bartimus is watching this morning. Thank you for joining us. Patelli with the serve receive and a free ball crossed on a poor pass. Stevens now from the back row is going to be dug into the net. And it is a point for Stevens. I don't know if that was really a kill. I'm not going to give her a kill on that one. Patelli on an overpass on the serve, right to Stevens. Van Beck sets middle to Wilcox. Wilcox hits it deep and into the corner. It is in. A kill for Wilcox, her 3rd. And another point for Stevens. She's up to 7 service points now. 11-2. And Marquette just waiting for Marquette to kind of turn things around. They looked so good yesterday. Stevens another ace. And there comes the timeout by the Crusaders. This game being brought to you by Barkley Bills Company, a hat brand built on 2 staples, comfort and style, specializing in snapback trucker-style caps. Check out their selection or consider customs to build your business at barkleybillsco.com. That's B-A-R-K-L-E-Y, billsco.com. Don't let the hat rack fool you. There's always room for one more Barkley Bills Company hat. Wishing you good luck to all athletes during your postseason run. And Adams Experts, looking for top-notch local computer sales and repair services? Well, look no farther than Adams Experts in Quincy at 217-214-3423. You can call them for fast, friendly, and affordable assistance. We make technology work. That's Adams Experts, your go-to when your computer goes down. 12-2, here is the score. And it is pure domination at this point by the Suns in the semifinal round. And when you get to the state tournament, you are not supposed to dominate like this. Kukura is going to send it way deep and out of bounds. They are really pressing now, it looks like, are the Crusaders trying to make something happen. And everything they're trying is just a little bit off here in this morning. And it could be a morning game kind of deal. Morning games, just like morning broadcasts, are tough. There's a partial block and a great big hit by Jerpy, and that was a hard one. It went off a block, and nobody was able to get to it. 3 kills for Jerpy now, but now she goes back to serve with her team trailing by 10, 13-3. She did have a let serve right there. It's an ace by Jerpy, and maybe she can get things going for the Crusaders now, as that's just their 2nd service point. It's 13-4 in set number 2, and that's only the 2nd service point for the Crusaders. And that's another let serve, and Stevens went down to get it, and nobody followed it, so another ace for Jerpy. And maybe the Suns relaxing a little bit at the wrong time here. It's a long way to go in this 2nd set. Van Beck's going to send it across. It's Doug. Jerpy goes to get it. Hopkins is going to have to push it across. She does. Allred is there. Van Beck. Stevens sends a free ball across. It's Doug near side to Hopkins again on the attack. It's Doug by Putnam. Allred. And they get together, do Van Beck and Stevens, and another point for Jerpy. It's 13-6. Jerpy go back to serve again. Another low serve. Putnam is there. Stevens back to Rigg, and a nice job of digging. Hopkins is going to send a free ball across. Van Beck, Stevens, back to Rigg. Rigg pushes it across. Rick is there. Jerpy's going to set near side again to Hopkins. Hopkins goes across to Putnam. Van Beck Middle to Wilcox. She tips it across, and it's going to fall. Great placement by Morgan Wilcox. She gets her 4th kill, and she'll go back to serve now with her team leading now by 8 at 14-6. Wilcox, the server for the Suns. Toss, one-step serve, and Patelli had it kind of float on her. She was down to make a bump, and it floated up on her. She had to receive it overhand at the last second and couldn't do anything with it. 15-6 is the score. Wilcox 6 serve. Patelli in front of Rick. Rick now is going to have to send it to Jerpy, who bumps it across. It does get across, and Rick sends an overpass back. Patelli again struggling with the pass. Now it's going to be bumped into the net. That's number 19, Taylor Gammons, who bumped that into the net. Another point for Wilcox. Give her 6 service points, and it's back to a 10-point advantage. Wilcox serve a little short as she mishit it a little bit. A side out gives life back to Marquette. And going back to serve will be number 42, Kelsey Kukra. Little spin of the ball, a little hit, and a deep serve out of bounds, a service error. When you're down by 10, or 9 at that instance, 10 now, you can't afford service errors. And that one hurts as the Suns are within 8 points of a state title berth. Jerpy's going to set near side to Rick. Her attack is dug by Stevens. Van Beck back to Stevens. Stevens on the attack. Jerpy. Now Hopkins going to bump set. Jerpy's going to have to push it across. Stevens is there again. Van Beck, middle to Rigg. Rigg tips it across, and it's going to fall. Umbrella defense for the Crusaders as they come back into an umbrella and leave that middle open, and the last 2 kills have been just pushes, a little tips right into that. Rigg's going to push it across. Hopkins is there. Jerpy to Hopkins, going to push it across again. Stevens, Van Beck, middle to Rigg. Rigg on the attack this time. It's going to go off of Rick, and Rigg is going to get her 3rd kill. And it's 19-7. Tegan Rigg, her family, Kyle Rigg, said they wanted to make sure to tell everybody that they are here watching Tegan in person. But Tegan, we love you, and thanks for trying so hard out here this weekend. Stevens on the attack, and a passing error gives another point. Is already has got 2 in a row now. Make that 3 in a row, excuse me. Already serve there is Patelli. Hopkins gets it up. It's going to be Jerpy sending it across. Van Beck, Stevens. Rigg's going to have to send a free ball across. Kukra is there. Riggs going to push it right back across. And a great job of trying to get down to it was Hopkins. But Riggs going to get the kill. Her 4th. Another point for Allred, her 4th. And it is 21-7. And the domination continues for the Suns. Kukra now struggling with the pass. And another point for Allred. 5 in a row for the Suns. And a sub coming in for the Crusaders. It's going to be Eugenia Craig coming in to play back row. Short serve, dug by Rick, and it is unpassable. Another point for Allred. Now another sub coming in. This is going to be number 16, Carissa Blood, checking in for the Crusaders. It almost looks like they have thrown in the towel now. Some subs coming in for the Suns as well. Back to serve is going to be number 11, Elizabeth Hubbard. Also in is Marissa Hinshaw, number 13. Everybody's clearing their bench now as Hubbard serves. Patelli is there. Back to Hopkins. Hopkins going to hit it deep and out of play. She didn't touch it. Elizabeth Hubbard is going to get a service point on the hitting error, and it is set point and a chance for a state tournament berth. An underhand serve by Hubbard. It's going to be Hopkins on the attack, and she's going to hit it out of bounds. And just like that, the Southeastern Suns dominant this morning, 25-8, 25-7. Hubbard gets the service point to ice it on a hitting error by the previously undefeated Ottawa Marquette Crusaders, and the Suns are going to be playing in a state championship. You'll be able to watch that here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, with Ron Elby Auto Sales coverage of the IESA 7th grade state tournament at 3:15 this afternoon. We'll come on about 3 o'clock, and we will try to get some interviews with some of the girls after that game tonight either way, but we're going to get Coach to come up and talk to us, and we'll take a break here on. Actually, before we do that, I want to tell you that the game was brought to you in part by Ramsey Financial Services Incorporated. They're dedicated to providing excellent service with a competitive premium for all of your insurance needs, whether it is life, farm, crop, auto, home, business, or health. Give us a call at one of our 7 locations in Bowen, Carthage, Nauvoo, Macomb, Bushnell, LaHarpe, or Monmouth. Good luck to all area teams. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with Coach Kerr in just a couple minutes.
In a small community like ours, shopping locally can make a big difference. Did you know you can shop locally for your home internet? While you're powering your devices with super fast fiber internet, you also get to be a part of something bigger than yourself. Every dollar you spend on our services goes to making our town a better place to live, work, and play. You're helping us support local education, build a stronger sense of community, and keep money right here in our local economy. Thank you for choosing your local internet provider. We're proud to keep you connected.
Every day, we walk through these doors, not knowing what waits. It's not easy, but we do it every day because our mission is you, providing you compassionate care and providing you the best possible patient experience. McDonough District Hospital.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
And welcome back to Clinton Junior High School post-game show brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. The Watering Hole will have this game on this afternoon, especially since they'll be more than open, since we're going to be playing at 3:15.
That's right.
Coach Kerr has joined us up here, and you guys are like Goliath killers or something. Man. You don't want to play you guys if you're undefeated.
I'll tell you what, that was a nice little display right there by our girls. Man, I told them to put a bow on that baby and save that one and bring them back out another time, like tonight, this afternoon.
Yeah, that was as good of a performance as you're going to see in it.
Yeah, that was really, really, really proud of our girls. Came out and, you know, we watched them warm up, and they did a lot of nice things warming up, and you can just tell that they were organized and they were a good team. And you know, our girls were like, "Should we be doing something? Let's just relax and get ready to play mentally, and you know, we know what we're doing." And so we did that. So it's funny. I told them a story about back in varsity days a long time ago. It's been probably 15 years ago. We were playing a really good team out of Chicago, and at the Mount Pulaski tournament. And we walked in for an 8 o'clock a.m. game, and they'd been there for 45 minutes. They were sweating, and they were just chatterboxing up. You could just tell they were ready to go. And our girls walked in with blankets on, still rubbing sleep out of their eyes. And so that may not be good on my part, but you know, I just told them, I said, when we go out, when the ball's thrown up, we'll be ready to go. And you know, we had a pretty decent warm up, and And we're ready to go. And, that was one of those things where just we always talk about momentum in sports, especially in volleyball, and that was just one where we just got it early and just carried it, and they just couldn't get over the hump. I felt sorry for them because they've had a great year, obviously, with no defeats up until just then. But, man, talking about a roller, just a steamroller.
Yeah, you guys are playing well. I mean, that helps. I mean, you guys are playing well. And in all honesty, like you pointed out yesterday, you look back at things, Kara's not hurt in your one loss.
Right.
I mean, you guys might be undefeated too.
Right.
So,
No, quite right.
I mean, it's not like you guys are a bad team, but when you see somebody come in 21-0, 22-0, you don't expect to win 25-8, 25-7,
no,
right?
For sure. Sure.
But we mentioned a little bit before we came on, they fell behind in their first set yesterday too, and then roared back.
Right.
Your defense, I felt like, kept them from doing that. Do you realize they only had 4 service points in 2 sets?
Yeah, I know.
That's unbelievable.
I didn't know the number, but I knew there weren't very many. We really, really, really played well.
Yeah.
Really played well.
Yeah, there wasn't.
You mentioned our defense. I just, obviously, when you come watch, you're going to come away with Kara Stevens' name. But, I'll tell you what, Kylie Putnam and Morgan Wilcox and all those other girls, we just played the crap out of defense. I look up and they get a swing, and all of a sudden we dig it up and strike to setter, and all of a sudden we're swinging again and running more offense. And obviously that's the key, is being able to run offense as much as you can. And, I think our ability to run some swings out of the back row obviously helps us a lot, because we're able to stay in attack mode, the majority of the time. Sometimes we'll send free balls and things like that because you do, especially in junior high. But being able to have intelligent players kind of know how to at least get some sort of a swing out of every time you get it and it comes on your side is very advantageous at every level, especially this level.
Well, I think that being able to have the back row keeps you in system some, but I think the difference besides your defense was what the two teams did out of system, or what I should say, what you guys were able to do out of system, and what they were not able to do out of system. They didn't pass real good, or the setter had to take the first ball, and when that happened, you guys didn't have that problem. Even when something didn't go right, you got one. Stevens got one that was over the net, and I think it was Van Beck got one over the net that you never thought had a chance, but they never quit.
Yeah, they had a lot of good scramble points there, like you said, and that was obviously it obviously helps the cause when you can get those, and we definitely got our share of those. We just were really, really solid. Again, I keep mentioning this level, junior high volleyball, 7th grade volleyball. It's just a lot of times it's who gives up points, and we just really did not give up very many points, and that was we made them earn everything, and it was good for us. Obviously.
I had them for 6 kills total. And really, their 3 service points from Jerpy came when you guys were already up, like 10 or 11 points. And I said it's like maybe you let up just a little bit, right?
Was that 14? Was that number 14?
Yeah, that's number 14.
So we talked. I turned to my assistant coaches at that point when she went back, because she's their best player. She's actually a really nice player.
She is.
I watched her hit. She hits the ball well, and serve her and set her. And I don't know if the score was something like 14-3 or something on those lines. And I turned to my assistant coach and Keela and said, if we can get her out of the service line before they get 7 or so, then I think we're gonna be fine. And I think she got 6, and then we got it back, and that was huge. Just not letting them get on any kind of a roll at all.
Well, I had Stevens for 10 kills, 9 service points, a big block again.
A big block again.
And
for sure.
Wilcoxon with 6 points and an ace. Van Beck 9 points and 4 aces.
Yeah.
6 points there for Aldred down to stretch, and then Elizabeth Hubbard came in and served underhand.
Yeah, absolutely.
But great placement. They did not handle that serve any better than anything else.
No, very solid, absolutely. I want to give another shout out to Morgan. Morgan hit the ball pretty well. She had 2 or 3 kills at least for us. And
I had her for 4. Actually.
Yeah, exactly. So that's anytime we get some kill numbers that are more than a couple for any of our players other than Stevens, that really is beneficial.
I actually had Rigg for 4 and Wilcox for 4 both.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I mean, it was balanced more. It felt like pretty quickly. We talked yesterday that Van Beck really set wherever Stevens was throughout the first set yesterday. Today it took about 4 points before the comfort came, and boom, we're setting whoever we wanted to set.
Right, for sure.
So now you dominate this match.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to worry about overconfidence or coming out slow against the championship?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. We got off the bus this morning, and I wasn't sure we were ready to play. So, I mean, just the X factor of staying all night in the hotel, and you getting up. We had a couple girls go swimming this morning, and, So I think that when it's time to go, we'll be ready to roll. I think they are pretty focused, and I think. You may have noticed early on I was pretty intense early on the first.
Yeah, on Aldred again. I saw it one time.
3 or 4 points, and I think I'll be able to get them if they're out in space. I think I'll be able to bring them back pretty quickly.
Well, I know, and some people are like, well, coaches shouldn't get on players or whatever, but I think everybody, fans watching at home, fans that are here, players that are here, they know how much you care for the kids. So when you get on somebody, they understand why and what you're doing, right?
I hope so, because if not, it does look like a problem sometimes. But no, I appreciate you recognizing that too.
Nicole Arthur said, did you see the smile from Coach Kerr? Priceless. You had a pretty big smile when you walked across the floor.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I wasn't sure what we're going to have this morning just with everything, and I'd watched them play, and I thought that they were a nice team, and obviously the undefeated, all that stuff. So that was really, really good. It's nice to see. You preach to the kids, just about working hard, and sometimes unfortunately kids work hard and things don't work out, and it's a blessing when they work hard and believe in something and it does work out. So I think that's what that smile was about, maybe.
Coach McConaughey cleared her bench pretty much and allowed you to do the same. That's not something you see in volleyball very often. I mean, you were up by 15 points at that point. Right. I mean, the possibility of them coming back was very slim.
Right.
But she started to put a player or two in, and then instantly you did the same thing. That's kind of a mutual respect thing, right?
Yeah, I think so. And it's something that I take quite a bit of pride in, is to be able to do that. And obviously, the last 2 kids on the bench only got to play a few points, but a few points is big. It's not better than 0 points, and that's something that we've always tried to do. And those kids, both of those 2 kids that are on the bench never played before. This is their first year. They didn't play fifth grade or 6th grade, and they've done a good job and just bought in and to their role. And their role is just kind of be a good practice player for us, and when they get an opportunity to just give it their all on the floor. And it's nice to see them, being able to fit in and being just one of the regular players on the team, even though they don't get on the floor very much.
Hanshaw, I think, had a kill in the sectional final, didn't she?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Hubbard, no matter how much she plays in the future, she's going to be able to say that I served the match point at a state semifinal, right?
Absolutely.
So it's cool memories that you get to build from doing that. Yeah. So, Coach, I'll let you go. It looks like you got people down there watching, wanting you to probably go get some food or something,
right? I think so, probably. That
sounds good. I might have to do that as well.
We usually like to do that, win or lose.
Yeah, I understand. Hey, if possible, after the championship game, win or lose, if a couple girls feel like it, have them come up here and talk. I know the people would love to hear from them.
Sure.
And I hope that it comes after a state championship.
Boy, that'd be awful nice, absolutely.
You know what? One of the things that I didn't look at the other teams, it kind of surprised me. They've got the number of 7-1A appearances for these teams in here.
So my wife
is that right?
My wife was complaining about that as well.
So because they've got Ottawa as 1, they had Philo as just their first one. They had 1 for the sharpshooters and 2 for you guys in 7-1A. Is that right?
See, I think it is right, because we were 7-2A a few times.
Okay.
And as my wife said the same thing. She said, well, they got something wrong on the program, and I hadn't looked at it. And I think we obviously won the state championship in 7th grade with Colby and Madison, those guys.
But that was 2A.
That was 2A. So yeah, we kind of have teetered back and forth, and we've been 1A for a few years. So that may be right, even though it still looks a little low to me, but I'm sure they probably have it right.
So it seemed, amazing to me that the other 3 schools only have 1.
Yeah.
And they're, they're private schools, so they would never have been very big, I wouldn't think.
Right.
Wouldn't have thought, right?
Exactly.
So it's kind of surprising that there's that much inexperience at the state tournament.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you look at, obviously, Hardham, who lost yesterday, they have, they had to print a new page almost for them because they've been there so long. But so many times.
In this side of the bracket, there was not much experience.
No, for sure.
And then Hartsburg, Emden, they've got a bunch.
10 or so.
However, 2007, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Well, I tease Jennifer. I tell her that they don't have to paint their walls because they just have all those. It's just banners everywhere. They don't have to worry about painting. So
yeah, there you go.
They're just there all the time.
Pontiac St. Mary's had 3. It's the first one for visitation,
Kewanee, yeah.
for Kewanee visitation, and the first one for Decatur
Yeah,
Lutheran.
that is very surprising because a lot of times you see a lot of the same people.
Yeah. I mean,
a lot
it's
of the same faces.
well-rounded. I tell you what, this Lutheran team was pretty good too.
Well, good.
They were pretty good too. Yeah, that was probably the
match of the day.
that was the match of the day. There's no doubt. I'm glad I stuck around and watched it.
Yeah.
So, well, Coach, congratulations
All
again.
right.
We will talk to you after a state championship. Hopefully, okay.
Hopefully that sounds good.
Well, okay, we'll
Thank
talk to you later.
Yep.
Tim Kerr talking to us on the post-game show here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. You've been watching Ron Elby Auto Sales coverage of the IESA 7th grade Class 1A state tournament. The Southeastern Suns, 25-8, 25-7, will be going to the state tournament championship game, and it will start at about 3 o'clock here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. For Evan, who's taken off running the camera, I appreciate it. He'll be back for the state championship game as well, and we'll be here as well. Find your friends, get a party together. It's going to be a good time. The Suns are playing great volleyball, and we'll see you at about 3 o'clock here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.